One, two, three, one, two, three. Hello, guys. It's a part two of the live interview with Daria Orion on the topic of health is beauty and holistic approach to wellness. Please stay tuned. I'm gonna invite Daria and we shall continue.
Okay.
Hey.
Hi,
Welcome back.
Thank you. Okay, back to the business. Let me tell you about one cool trick. I want to tell you about one biological active supplement which calls chromium. Not many people know about chromium. So what chromium does? If you have sweet tooth, like you really love sugar, you cannot stop eat sugar in big amount and every day, just go and buy chromium. By the way, chromium is really super cheap, like few bucks. So what it does, it controls your habits about food. You will stop crave bad food, that tasty but bad stuff. Just simply, you will stop crave French fries, burgers, chocolate, ice cream, and a lot of addictive stuff. Chromium is absolutely natural. You can take it rest of your life every day. It just controls your like sugar addiction and behavior. So you will completely change your eating habits in 3 or 4 weeks. In 3 or 4 weeks, you will not recognize yourself. Your life will divide like before and after, considering your sweet tooth problems. So yeah, it's amazing way to manage your cravings, unhealthy cravings. Also, let me tell you a couple words about vitamin D. Olga Selena already said the most important stuff. Yes, we cannot live without vitamin D, and please don't be naive and don't say, oh, I live in Miami, I live in California, I don't have problems with vitamin D because I'm under sun every day. Somehow, actually, American people have the biggest problem with vitamin D in the world. We have lack of vitamin D, and this problem more huge than in even like cold countries. There is nothing to do with sun, nothing absolutely. Scientists already proved if you trying to get your vitamin D normal only from the sun, you have to stand under the sun naked every day for 6 hours. But please don't do that because you will get skin cancer, not vitamin D. So we cannot survive and maintain great level of energy without vitamin D. Also, let me tell you important information. I'm sure that 99% of you don't know this. A few years ago, scientists already made conclusion that vitamin D is not a vitamin, it's a hormone. 100 years ago, when vitamins were discovered, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin D, nobody knew what they discovered. Like, imagine, guys, scientists, doctors discovered something. They didn't know how to call it. What the hell? So they said, let's call group of these elements A, vitamin A. So later on, they discovered something else. They said, okay, it's like next after A, so let's call it B, vitamins B, like second, logically. Then they discovered something else and they say, okay, let's call it vitamin C. Then they discovered something else. What is our next letter in alphabet? Vitamin D. 100 years passed and they figure out that vitamin D is not a vitamin, it's hormone which controls 2000 functions in our body. Can you imagine? And this is very old, 100 years old fairy tale that you get vitamin D from the sun. Can you imagine that too? Nobody said why. Going back to what I said, pharmacological system needs billions of dollars yearly from us. So they need us to have diabetes, cancer, and a lot of bad stuff. Few years ago, I had lack of energy. I went to doctor, and he told me, you have high level of sugar, you have pre-diabetes condition, you might have diabetes soon. I have good intuition and I search all my life. I learn about detoxing, about food, about a lot of stuff. And they said, nah, bullshit. Something is wrong about it. I went to other doctors. I did blood test. I figured out that my vitamin D lower than any normal level. It's like crazy low. And I learned when we have low level of vitamin D, our sugar always going up, always. So there are big chances if you have diabetes, if you restore your level of vitamin D, your sugar will go to normal position. And when you do blood test, doctors tell you your vitamin D should be from 30 until 100. It's like their doctor's numbers, like everywhere it's like international, like number level from 30 to 100. They also kind of not giving you too much exact information. Your vitamin D number should be at least 50. At least 50 to be healthy. You know how many people come to me, to my session, and telling me, I'm 25. I cannot wake up in the morning. Like I open my eyes, I cannot stand up from the bed for 3 hours. I don't have energy. I already know what's happening. When people telling me I'm 30, I'm 35, I'm 40, my blood, my eye vision, sorry, is bad. My energy level is horrible. I'm tired, I'm depressed, I have an anxiety. I'm just telling them, go check your vitamin D, the level will be like 10 or 20. They go, and this is what they discover. You know how many people told me, Daria, you changed my life? It's not me, it's not my ego right now. No, I'm trying to say something different. How many people told me, oh my gosh, this knowledge, let's say in this way, this knowledge changed my life because I thought this is age, because I'm 40. What do I want? I'm 42. What do I want? That's why I feel like shit too. It's normal to feel worse than 10 years ago. Hell, no. And that people normalized their vitamin D level, and they said, even when I was 16 or 18, I never felt that. I didn't know that human body can have that much energy. Guys, I never felt that great like I've been feeling for a couple last years. I never felt like this when I was 16 or 18. The tragic that most of us don't know what is healthy statement is, how is their mind works, how is their body feels when they are healthy. They think, I'm healthy, I'm 25, I feel normal, I'm healthy, I have a lot of energy. But you don't even know how much energy you possibly can have. Do you follow my chain of thoughts? Anyway, go check your blood, vitamin D level in your blood, because it's not enough just to go to Amazon or Whole Food and get a jar of vitamin D. It's not enough. You need to know how much you need to complete and maintain at least average level. Most of doctors saying take 1,000 international units of vitamin D daily. Bullshit. It was knowledge for, like, it's 100 years old knowledge for those times when they just discovered this. So just to maintain, if you already have a level, a high level of vitamin D, just to maintain, you need 2,000 international units a day. But to get into health, into normal level of vitamin D, you normally have like 10, you need to take like 10,000 a day. Anyway, or even higher. My level of vitamin D was that horrible that the doctor gave me pills for 50,000 international units. Yes, that horrible it was. For body to consume vitamin D very well, is better to add some friends of vitamin D. Together, they work super strong. It's this case when 1 plus 1 is not 2, but 111, you know. Complex of vitamin B. Also, if you have an anxiety, you angry often, or depressed, or nervous, or it's easy to make you mad, just go and buy complex of vitamin D. It means you need to make your nervous system stronger. Also, for body to consume vitamin D, is very important to get vitamin K2, not K, but K2. They are best friends. If you take vitamin D by itself, good, but with vitamin K, few times stronger. And I don't want to make you sad, but if you used to take vitamin D without any oils or omega-3, or at least spoon of olive oil, it's not gonna work. Vitamin D goes inside your body only with some sort of like fat oils, better omega-3. And yes, I'm a vegan, but I'm taking omega-3 because my researches and my experience show me that I have to. This is the way. Also, magnesium. Magnesium, you cannot live without magnesium in this stressful environment. Because, guys, stress eats vitamins like crazy. Also, antibiotics eat vitamins like crazy. Even if yesterday you had high level of vitamin B12, high level of vitamin D in your blood, and you know because you did blood test, God forbid you need to take antibiotics. Sometimes we all need, for example, after dentist or something else. If you took antibiotics, just know they ate all good stuff, all your vitamins. You have low level, that's why don't be surprised that you lose your hair, or you have bad mood or anxiety, because again you have lack of that good vitamins. Also, stress eats so much of good stuff, of our vitamins, of the stuff what body using to build itself. And when we have stress, and nowadays we have stress from everywhere, never in the history until now we didn't use to swallow that much information. Our brain and that genetical abilities what our parents gave us didn't even not even prepared to swallow 1,000 pictures on Instagram or news feed every day. Our brain not even prepared to that, because genetic memory from our parents and grandparents didn't give us that gift as natural ability. So our generation need to build so much new connections in our brain, new brain cells, neuro cells. It's serious stuff. So every day we're getting like bumps of stresses, so many news in the world. We never were prepared to consume and process all that. Right now we need to be especially strong. So we're having stress from all this stuff that I just mentioned. When we have stress, naturally all our muscles become very tough, very tough. Tough muscles, they make organs work bad because muscles are tough and organs feel not comfortable. Your muscles so tough, you have all these like how to say zamok, like kapkan.
Like locked. Your muscles are very contracted and they become like locked.
They so locked here that you think, what the hell? Why for 1 month I start to look like 5 years older? I need to go do Botox. No, you don't need to go do Botox. You have such muscle lockers here that even your face structure became not even that even. We need to relax our muscles. Anyway, let's make it short. So magnesium will help you as well. Vitamin D also helping with relaxing muscles. So what else? What else? Selena, Olga Selena said amazing stuff. As we see, we have same goodies, ashwagandha, helping with anxiety. If you take ashwagandha every single day of your life until the rest of your life, you will not hurt yourself. So it that natural. Anything from Ayurvedic medicine is natural. You know, in India and Sri Lanka, people going to Ayurvedic hospitals, we don't know what is that. They have zero chemicals, they have completely different doctors, completely different diagnostics. They take only Ayurvedic stuff, preventing medicine, medicine which prevents you from getting anything wrong. So yeah, right now with all the stress environment, I also recommend King Biloba, go to Cola. You know what's funny? When like-minded people in same synchronicity, we never share our jars with each other with Olga Selena. How can we have same jars? So funny, I swear. Also, let me give you some cool information. Vitamin C is very important. And since I love everything Ayurvedic, by the way, it's not advertising, but Himalaya is one of the best companies. It's like natural, pure. Amla. Amla is very cheap thing, cost few bucks. And amla is concentrated vitamin C. Amla is Indian food, which 300 times more powerful than average vitamin C. It's like concentrate of vitamin C and cost so cheap. You need to take it right after food, right after you finish eating. Great stuff. Gives you so much energy. So yeah, I think we mentioned everything, right?
Daria, thank you so much for sharing all those goodies you got with you. I mean, it's not all. I'm pretty sure it's just a small part of what you take on the daily. I wanted to show it to people because some of them are lazy. They don't want to research. And I know how it feels like you have to read a bunch of information to extract that one important thing. And it's easier to follow what other people's summarize after they did this big research. So I was thinking to share about what works personally for us. And this is pretty good. And I'm gonna take a second. I'm gonna go and grab something that I use that makes it easier to take all these vitamins at one time, because a lot of people don't take it. Like my brother, for example, is like, oh, I don't want to open every bottle each time and take one and one and one. So there is a way that you can save yourself precious time. Just give me a moment.
Yeah. Guys, you can ask us questions. I don't see any questions. either we explain everything so clearly, or
Yeah, of
but
course.
for
We never
everybody who
mentioned
don't
it.
want to interrupt. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll finish with this. This is a box. It's I got it on Amazon. It's a few dollars. You open it with a click of your finger like this, and here are all your vitamins. Whatever you put, you load yourself daily, so you don't have to do it each time. You can do it once a week. There are names of the weekdays. Monday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all of the days. You put your necessary dose in one container, then open and take it all at once.
Yes, but I need to not criticize, but tell us one detail. Be careful with put all of them very much together, because some vitamins you need to take in the morning, some in the evening. For example, vitamin D, vitamin B, and all friends of vitamin D, like omega-3, all that stuff, you need to take when you wake up, first few hours when you wake up. But for example, zinc, do I pronounce correctly?
Zinc.
Zinc, zinc.
Zinc.
Also, everybody on the earth have lack of zinc. Zinc, you need to take better in the evening, always with food. Otherwise, you will have nausea, like you will feel like you want to throw up. You need to take it with food only in the evening. Must be several hours apart from vitamin D. They're not going very well together chemically. So mixing stuff should be like with some like nu- nuance.
Nuances.
Yeah, nuances.
Thank you very much for mentioning it. This is one of the other questions I was going to ask you as well. If you know how we can separate the intake of vitamins throughout the day, because that's obvious that not all, they're all consist of
This one
different,
for evening,
yeah,
before you sleep too. Magnesium better before you sleep.
magnesium, but
Ashwagandha always better right before food, so it consumes better. Also, before I forgot, friends, please comment this video and tell us which topics you want us to describe and discuss in the life. This is my life, very first life in English, very first. I have many American clients. Everybody always saying, just please, just share knowledge. But now we need feedback. What kind of topics is actually most important for you now? What you want to talk about? We need your question,
yeah,
we need your feedback.
I think you're doing more than great on your first English life. And hopefully, people who watch us also find it beneficial, the things we speak about today, a part of the disturbance and the news of the world. We wanted to keep it, create a safe space where you can learn something new and help you and your family to feel better, especially in stressful times. All these supplements are natural, organic, just like Daria mentioned. Do your own research and take them apart in different times of the day. Whichever one's better in the morning, take them in the morning. Whichever better, like magnesium, better at night, because magnesium relaxes that carcass, that lock that your muscles do create. And when your body is locked, your inside organs are not receiving as much nutrients as they could. That's why I like that Daria also mentions very often to find a professional, either chiropractor or osteopath. I don't even know how it's in English myself. Somebody who works your osteopathic, chiropractor, masseuse, somebody who massages you, especially if this person um, not just do it like, oh, just like tap onto you lightly. Somebody who can actually work through all those blocks we tend to accumulate on a stressful day. Somebody sits in the office all day, somebody does physical labor. Regardless, our body suffers a lot from muscles contraction, and this is one of the other ways to cleanse your body. Once you release that contraction and that block, your energy and your blood starts flowing freely and nourish the inside organs, and therefore you can see the good results on the outside of your body, which is our biggest organ, and this is our skin. The skin always shows if there is something wrong, especially there are parts of your face where you have pimples. Depends on what part of the face you have it, it's going to tell you exactly which inside organs have some kind of issues.
Also, I want to mention, it's not like part of advertising or something, but just have to, that whatever we do with Olga Selena, also helping with diagnosis. Astrologists, I'm talking about Olga Selena in this moment, not about me. Astrologists see what is like предпосылка.
Predisposition.
Yeah, can't even repeat that.
It's okay.
For your body to probably have, not necessary, but probably if you not manage spiritual and karmic and energetical lessons of yours that very well, and we're all not angels, so it's better to have that information. What about psychics? Psychics and energy therapists like me see luminous energetical field around people and can tell what need some attention or maintenance. That's why it's important to have like complex work with your body. Go do blood test, go to Chinese medicine professionals like osteopathics and Ayurvedic specialists, like naturopathic specialists. Go to astrologer, go to psychic who you trust, will be strong and prepared from all sides.
That's absolutely true. It's worth it to take a look at any health issue you or your family might have from the different perspective, because not always going to doctor, and unfortunately, doesn't always help. So you got to do your own research. Be open-minded enough to accept that there is sacred knowledge that was hidden from people on purpose. It was hidden from us on purpose. So we do have that short life cycle instead of having longer and more fruitful life cycle. When person has more personal energy strong, the person is more valuable to society. The person can do much more, discover much more. Maybe scientists, who discover a lot of new innovations in all kinds of segments of life. So astrology is considered exact science. Who doesn't know? It's not just a fairy tale when you look out there and see something, magical. It's actual science. It's proven. It works. Our ancestors were in Egypt, and not only were very wise to notice the correlation between astrological events and what actually happens here on Earth. And they were knowledgeable enough to record it all in the old documents, and a lot of them were destroyed. That's why people don't know this information. A lot of people are not aware of it. But once you know your own astrological chart, or precisely soul formula actually, how I find out about it, my journey started from session with Daria, who we spoke about soda, we spoke about a lot of stuff, and she told me, have you ever done your soul formula? And I said, no, I never even heard about it. And she said, you have to do it, because it's like receiving your passport. It's like getting to know who you are. And those people who know who they are, they have very strong intuition, and you can determine yourself whether the information you read is honest, is truthful or not. You will have this ability to sort out false and true facts. So I was recommended to go to an amazing specialist who is Daria's mother. Her name is Natalia, and she's a fabulous specialist who was actually the very first teacher I spoke about the soul formula. She got me so interested in the topic that I decided to go to school and get education on that matter. And now I am successfully consulting a lot of people all over the world from different countries who speak different languages. They all understand that certain open-mindedness needs to be included in our daily life in order for us to operate fully, to live to our full potential. So what is the basic knowledge of the planets that help you determine and diagnose yourself whether you are predisposed to certain illnesses or not? All the planets have their signature features. For example, there is a sun and there is a moon. Those are divine principles of father and mother. Sun is more responsible for your masculine energy, yang energy. It's more about your head and heart as far as the organs. So you pay attention what's the position of the sun in your chart, and you can determine whether you are having chances to be predisposed to certain illnesses or not. There are a lot of nuances, and of course you need to do it with a professional and licensed person. But for you, for your own research, it's always beneficial to find those features. Like the moon, that's more of a motherly principle, more of a feminine energy. It's going to be responsible for completely different organs, like lungs, chest, uterus, if you're a woman. Yeah, the way you bear the child, or the way you nurture them. A lot of women who have problems with conceiving, for example, a child, they have a very weakened position of moon in their charts, or there are some other nuances that has to do with that energy that obstacle them from being able to conceive and healthily carry the baby. There are other planets that are responsible for, let's say, hands and arms and our limbs, the way we move, and our lungs as well, which is Mercury, the planet of trade and communication and whatnot. A lot of people who have those planets retrograde or damaged by Black Moon Lilith or another celestial bodies, they tend to have a lot of injuries, a lot of bruises. If your Mars is retrograde or damaged, you're likely to be very predisposed to different accidents, or you can have a burst of aggressions. And aggression is the inside fire. And aggression is the suppressed fear, ultimately, where it comes from if we dig deeper in that topic. So Mars would be responsible for your brain, for your eyes, for your nose, and so on. I'm not mentioning all the things because we're limited at time on this video. When we speak about things like diabetes, for example, very, very common, a lot of relatives of ours have it, or currently struggling with it. Everybody knows that's a big level of sugar in your blood that your body cannot process. One of the reasons planet Venus is a feminine principle versus Mars is a more masculine principle. Venus likes sweets. It has that, necessity to eat and consume sweet things to feel love, ultimately, because that's what it's all about. But people tend to overeat. And those who have this, we have it in Russian, we call it ухо, горло, нос, lor. These doctors that usually, because our ears, nose, eyes, it's a throat, it's all connected, it's all within our face. Very often, if you have some of these organs suffering, all the other ones are automatically pick up on it, and infection goes evenly throughout the face. So planet Venus would likely show where the issues are coming from and whether you are or your child is predisposed to it or not. If we talk about the bones and the joints, the teeth, something hard, something that has a hard structure, we would be talking about Saturn, the ruler of Capricorns. The Saturn alone likes to contract everything, make it smaller. So if you have some kind of specific indications in your soul formula or your chart, you will likely to be predisposed to those particular organs, or as we spoke about, the bones. If we talk about the toxicity of the body, which we brought a lot on this topic today on our previous interview, a lot of people do have problems with Jupiter. That's ultimately responsible for your blood and for your liver and for your veins and for your hips and some other inside and outside organs. And our lymphatic system will be ruled by the planet Neptune, the ruler of Pisces. Very often those people have problems with blood or with soles of their feet, or they're generally predisposed to be more attracted to substances like alcohol, for example. And it's not a coincidence that a lot of people do observe those statistics. That's why astrology does come in handy for people to understand what measures they need to take before they get sick. And the last planet I forgot to mention is Pluto. Pluto is our big boss, the boss of all bosses, the Scorpio's ruler. Pluto will likely show your predisposition to even cancer, because it's a whole system. The whole system crumbles. Once the cancer cells gets in your body, it starts affecting inevitably everything else. And that's why we spoke with Daria a lot. We touch up on this topic pretty widely in the first interview, that if you want to keep your body cancer-free, you have to make an environment that cancer cell is not going to survive it. And one of the ways is to keep your body alkaline.
Yes, sure, for sure. Let me add just a few more pieces, missing pieces to this whole big picture what we been describing for a couple hours. We need to say so much that sometimes we jump from one topic to other, and I realize we didn't say everything about that интервальное голодание.
Interval fasting.
Interval fasting. So what's the sense to eat one time a day? The sense is you get younger, way younger. You start to look like years younger. Your energy level become way higher. Why? Because your stomach is empty. Your body doesn't need to process 24/7 that food. So your body gets that extra precious time, first time ever, to start restore systems instead of processing that fifth hamburger. It start restores all that power which were given to this amazing vessel when you came to this life. Also, let me mention a few important moments about many people need to know how to have their immune system in very good position. What the simple test for immune system? If you have flu or this fancy modern illness more than one time a year, your immune system not in a good position. If you feel tired after a few hours of work, you getting sometimes stress condition or anxiety or you don't sleep that well, your immune system is not good. If you feel like you don't look young or even like your age, your immune system is not good. If you have mucus in your nose, your immune system is not good. So what's the easiest way to make your immune system great again? Don't eat food which produce mucus. It's everything related to milk. Milk, sour cream, cheese, any type of cheese. You can buy almond milk, soy milk. It's so tasty and way better for your body. All milk products produce tremendous amount of mucus. Mucus make people look 10-20 years older, look like older. In the same time, when you get rid of mucus producing foods, it makes you look way younger. If you want to lose weight, get your immune in great position, but you cannot get rid of that good food what is so precious. I love it, I can get rid of it. Okay, leave meat, but get rid of milk. Better you will be meat eater, but no dairy, no dairy products at all. At least do that compromise. Even meat is better than dairy product. And I really recommend all of you to watch documentary movie. It's free everywhere, you can find it. It calls, it's actually a few of them. The first, one sec, I'm trying to remember exact name. Fat, Sick and Near Be Dead, from Australian guy who traveling through America, like real movie, documentary, and who became skinny, young, and happy, and with a lot of energy. But in the beginning of the movie, he was fat, with huge belly, no energy, like almost dead. No joke. Just watch that documentary, real movie, like real monitored like months of his life, how he changed acidic environment of his body to alkaline environment. Also, please watch movie. It's also American. Forks Over Knives. Also everywhere, free. Please, if you understand everything. Okay, I think we gave so much information, so it's nothing I believe I want to add for today. So
Exactly. You totally read my mind about this movie, Forks Over Knives, and there is a lot of documentaries out there. Do your own research, guys. There are a lot of books. One of them that I love, that I read, and I recommend everybody is Your Right to Be Beautiful, Miracle of Raw Foods by Tonya Zavasta. She is fabulous, spectacular. She looks way younger. I noticed everybody, all let's say ladies who are raw vegan or who are close enough to that lifestyle and that diet, they definitely look at least 10, maybe even 20 years younger of their biological age, and it says something. And it's not that me and Daria are trying to tell you guys what to do. It's up to you. You do what you want to do with your body. But if you're here, most likely, if you're watching us, most likely you're developing in one or another area of life. And one of them is health that we dedicated today's time to touch upon, which is the fundamental. That's where everything starts. Our body is our home, and we are here to take care of it. I want to thank everybody who is watching or who will watch us. Thank you for your support, for your feedback. We didn't answer any of your questions, but next videos we're gonna be more in contact with you guys, and you will be more than welcome to ask any kind of questions on the topic that we discuss. And I want to give thanks to beautiful, fabulous, and super knowledgeable Daria. You know, somebody uses Siri, Alexa, Google. Honestly, when I don't know something, I just go on Daria's Instagram, daria.orion. And believe it or not, each time I have a question in my mind, I watch her stories or read her articles, and I always find all the answers there because Daria is very capable of reading the collective energy. She does the forecast every month, the collective energy for the month, the message that will be specifically for you, and she always reached the target to surprise of a lot of people. She helps so many, and she will help so many, I know for sure. Thank you so much for all the beautiful work you do, for all the materials that you place online free of charge, which are mostly in Russian, but soon it's going to change, and Daria is going to be in touch more with the English speaking world. So today was just a jump start to it.
Thank you so much, and likewise, everything what you said, it's what I actually have to say also about you. And thank you so much for this brilliant idea to start share some more important topics. This series of videos we will continue. So, dear friends, please comment, ask questions. Let's see which topics are most important, most like popular. So with
Yeah.
things,
Whether topic is most interest you guys, whether it's health, beauty, physical, emotional health, or
and
maybe it's personal
astrology,
or business.
metrics, system, emotions, anything, absolutely anything. Let's don't put frames because
Yeah,
right now world is changing. Sorry for interruption. We all need to expand our mind, expand. We cannot heal, cure some problem only with one tool. Or, for example, we used to cure everything by going to doctor, or by calling mom or friend, or drink alcohol, or do it through tarot cards, or through astrology, or vegan food, or by traveling somewhere. No, even if one tool used to help us for 5 years, 10 years, 50 years, right now is new times. We need to be more it's a complex, and we need to cure things and manage our goals better with a complex of help. It's better for you.
exactly. That's why we called our life today holistic approach to wellness, which doesn't include only eating healthy, being vegetarian, this and that. A lot of other aspects are like puzzle. When you put them together, you start noticing the difference. Thank you for being with us today, guys, and we're gonna definitely be back with more, even more interesting lives for the future. In the meantime, feel free to leave a comment. What topics are most interesting to you? Personal, business, health, or existential, magic? We will touch upon it all.
Okay, see you soon.
See you. Love and peace to everybody.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Daria. Bye bye.
Thank you. See you.